Hey everybody, this is Justin Bogart again with Bright Path Notes, and we just got done talking about what are the different types of notes or loans. We had performing, sub-performing, and non-performing loans. And now we're going to continue on with that subject and talking about passive versus active. And in the business, we typically correlate performing loans with being passive investments, and we correlate the non-performing loans with being in the active part of the business. And the reason why we call this the active part of the business is that non-performing loans require a lot more hands-on approach to this investment, as the returns can be very large or they can be very modest. And during the time that you have a non-performing loan, you have to communicate with attorneys, okay? You have to communicate with your loan servicer to kind of figure out where the borrower's at. Are they going to be able to pay the debt that they're owed? Do they need help refinancing? Things like that. So we'll write down loan servicer. If I can spell it, servicer. Okay. You could be dealing with some back taxes that you have to advance. So we'll say taxes due. And let's not forget, since they're not paying on their loan, guess what? They're probably not paying on their homeowner's insurance too. So we're going to have to watch out for that and possibly put forced place insurance on the property. Let's do INS for short. I'm running out of room. And so this all process, depending on what state you are in, could take 3 months. It could take 2 years. And so that's another thing to keep in mind when we're an active investor. Like we said before, the rewards can be very rich in non-performing loans. They can be very modest. And it all kind of depends on all these steps you have to take. So you're involved with your attorneys, your loan servicers. You have to watch for when the taxes are due. You probably have to put a forced place insurance policy to protect your investment in case of a fire damage or water damage, or if somebody just destroys the home. Those things can happen. They're not likely to, but we always want to protect ourselves, right, with our investment. And so you're very involved with this. Like I said, it's probably 3 months to 3 years or 2 years, depending on what state it's in. So this is for an active approach in notes. And let's talk about the passive approach for notes. So we just said in the earlier part of this segment that performing loans are just very passive, because guess what? You're just getting a check. We'll call it mailbox money. Okay? So month after month, you're just getting a check. And so the only communication you have is really with your loan servicer. And that is to figure out, are they going to pay you today or pay you tomorrow for your loan? And so it's very simple. It's very passive. You're just the bank. You're sitting back. You don't have to deal with tenants, toilets, and trash. You're the bank. The borrower in the home is gaining equitable title every time they make a payment. And that's really how we summarize the passive approach versus the active approach with loans. So I'm Justin Bogart with Bright Path Notes, and this was our segment on loans, on passive versus active investments. And now we're going to tie this together and talk about the other type of investments out there, whether they're rentals or standard investments, and kind of compare the two.